Okay. Hi. Good morning, my dear students. Myself, Mr. Kumarswami Hiremath. My qualification is MSc, MPhil, B.Ed. I am having 15 years experience as a chemistry lecturer. Now let us know about the second year concept you learnt in first year PUC. Okay, my dear students. So I am starting first unit 6, that is general principles and process of isolation of elements. Isolation of elements. Okay, general principle and process of isolation of elements. You know, in the way, the another thing is, that is nothing but it is metallurgy. Metallurgy. Okay. So what do you mean by metallurgy? That is the very important concept, my dear students. What do you mean by metallurgy? The name itself, metallurgy, metal can be extracted from its ores, is called as metallurgy. What is meant by metallurgy? The pure metal can be extracted from its ores, is called as metallurgy. You heard about ore. What do you mean by ore? These ores, the abundantly available in the earth crust. Some of the few elements, you know, copper, gold, silver, iron. It is available in free state. Some of the elements, it always available in combined state. Combined state. So that is ores. You heard the ores, adiru. So in this ore, abundantly available in, you know about the belt of Hospet and Bella region. Ores are available when mining or digging the earth in the belt of Hospet and Bella region. You know, Tornagallu, extraction of metals. On that surroundings, some ores are available, ores. So that is hematite ore and magnetite ore. So now let us come to here concept. What is mean by ores? Ores are the minerals. Ores are the minerals. Ores are the minerals. All minerals are not ores. That is the important thing, my dear student. Ores are the minerals, but all minerals are not a ore. Ore is extracted, the pure metal, by economically and profitably. Ores are minerals. It is a natural occurring. It extracted from the metals economically and profitably is called as ore. Ores are the, just you have to write, ores are the minerals to extract the metals profitably and economically is called as ores. So what is minerals? The minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substance. Minerals are, it is a naturally occurring. The minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substance. Abundantly available in mining. ಗಣಿಗಾರಿಕೆ, ಮೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಣಿಗಾರಿಕೆ. That is called as minerals. The next concept, gauge. G-A-U-E-N-G, gauge ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ, or matrix ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ. What is gauge? So what do you mean by matrix? The matrix is an unwanted earthy and rocky materials. Okay, so gauge means the unwanted materials like maybe sand, stone, glass, muddy materials. So gauge is the unwanted materials, earthy and rocky material associated with ore. Associated with ore is called as gauge. And the ore nalli the unwanted materials irtave, rocky materials irutte, earthy materials irutte, associate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ore nalli. That is called as gauge. That is called as gauge, my dear students. But here we are studying the general principle and the process of isolation of elements. Thermodynamically concept. So many processes are there, different or various principles and process are there, but we are studying a few process and principle thermodynamically. That is the very important concept. So some of the word we can study now. That is the very important thing. Some metals, it extracted from its ores. For example, iron. Iron, Fe comes under the D block elements. Atomic number 26. The pure iron extracted from its ores. Some ores name, in the belt of phosphate and velar region, Fe2O3. This compound is called as hematite ore. The pure iron can be extracted from its ores. That ore name is hematite. Hematite. Another ore is available in that Kudremuka side, on that side. Magnetite. Fe3O4. This is called as magnetite. Some ores are available. For example, siderite. Siderite. That is siderite. Siderite. Some ores are available. Iron sulfide. Iron sulfide. These ores, these are the ores. So iron can be extracted from those ores. That is the iron. That is the iron. So iron extract ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4 ores available ಇರ್ತವೆ. But in ನಮ್ಮ surroundings ನಲ್ಲಿ, surrounding us in the belt of phosphate region, so only hematite ore can be extracted. But ore, so ore abundantly present in the earth crust. So here the third most abundant element in the earth crust, that is called as aluminium. So this is aluminium. Aluminium is third most abundant element present in the earth crust. Third most. For example, which is first most element abundant in earth crust, that is goes to oxygen. Oxygen is the first most element abundantly available in the earth crust. That is the first element. The second most abundant in the earth crust, that is called as silicon. Si. You know option is O2. Silicon, sand, second most abundant element present in the earth crust. Third most abundant element, that is goes to aluminium. That is goes to aluminium. So we are writing oxygen. Next, second most abundant silicon. Next most abundant aluminium. Next most abundant is iron. This is a very important concept. Some AAA question they will ask, which is the most abundant second element? That is goes to silicon. First element is oxygen. Second element is silicon. Third element is aluminium. Fourth element is, that is goes to iron, my dear student. So now let us discuss about, we studied which is the most abundant available in the earth crust. So the iron can be extracted from some ores. You know about hematite, magnetite, siderite, iron sulfide, like that. Next comes to copper. Copper is also, it comes under the D block elements. 29, atomic number 29. So here, when copper always available in, it is copper pyrites. This compound is called as copper pyrites. Copper pyrites. Pure copper can be extracted from ores. That ore name is copper pyrites. Copper pyrites. Second one, CuS, copper glands, copper sulfide. Sometimes it is a malachite, copper carbonate, and calcium hydroxide. This compound is called as a malachite. This compound is called as malachite. So these are the some ores of the copper. These ores are copper. Sometimes copper sulfide also. Copper sulfide also available in the earth crust. So copper, pure copper can be extracted from those ores. This is the important thing, my dear student. Next, third one, aluminium. Usually, the pure aluminium extracted from bauxite ore, that is Al2O3 into X water molecule. This is a bauxite ore. We are studying why we took this bauxite ore, because the bauxite ore abundantly available in earth crust in the Karnataka and also in India. In our surroundings, abundantly available aluminium. So we are taking the extraction of aluminium from bauxite ore. This is the very important. The another one is cornlite. For example, Al2O3, Al2O3 into AXH2O, like that. Some concept is there. So this is the important concept, but we are taking only that is a bauxite ore. This is the aluminium, my dear students. So next comes to zinc. Pure zinc can be extracted from its ores. For example, ZNS. This compound is called as, this formula is called as zinc sulfide. Usually they are spelling zinc sulfide. This is called as Zalina. This compound is called as Zalina. Okay, ZNS, zinc sulfide, and also sometimes zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate. So those are some words: zinc carbonate, zinc sulfide, and zinc copper sulfide, like that. So many words, some of the words, but some words are given in our textbook: Zalina, zinc sulfide. Okay, these are the important concept about the zinc, my dear student. So here some 2 or 3 words are given in our syllabus, but more words are available, but we are not considered because we are studying about only general principle and process of isolation of elements, because thermodynamically and chemically involve many processes, but we are doing some of the principle and process of this isolation of elements. Now let us discuss about how the process. The ores can be extracted from its ore, the metal. The pure metal can be extracted from its ores. What is the main principle and process? I taught so many several process and principles are there, but in our syllabus some principles and process of isolation of elements. Now let us discuss about important thing: dressing ore or concentrated ore. Dressing ore and one there, concentrated ore, concentrated ore. So what do you mean by dressing ore? What do you mean by concentrated ore? Simple. The removal of unwanted materials such as sand, stone, glass, muddy by water is called as dressing ore or concentrated ore. Andre, you have imagined this is a ore. We are not getting the pure ore. Pure ore sigalla. ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರಾಕಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅಂದರೆ ದ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್, ದ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ such as glass, sand, mud, stone by water is called as dressing ore or concentrated ore. ಮೊದಲು ಬೋರ್ನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಎದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ವಾಟರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ. ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ದಟ್ ಓರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಓರ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ore. The how to remove for this concentrated ore, how the unwanted materials to remove, that is the main important thing. Next going to process. So many processes are there, but in our syllabus there are some important concept. First one is hydraulic classifier method or concentrated ore or gravity separation method. Hydraulic classifier method ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, hydraulic process ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, gravity separation ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ. Next, isolation of concentrated ore to the metal. Third one, purification of metal. So now let us discuss about one by one. First one is hydraulic classifier method. Hydraulic classifier method or hydraulic washing method. Hydraulic washing method or one more, gravity separation method or gravity separation method. Both are same. Sometimes they will ask, explain or describe or briefly describe hydraulic classifier method or hydraulic quotient method or gravity separation method. Have to see the hydraulic. Hydraulic means water, isn't it? So now let us discuss about. Sometime they will ask one more question. What is meant by gravitation method? The different gravities of ore and gauge. Think it. The difference gravity of ore and gauge by water is called as hydraulic classifier method. This is the principle. Not principle. This is principle. So whatever it may be, ಯಾವ ತರಹದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಲಿ, hydraulic classifier method ಆದರೂ ಕೇಳಲಿ, hydraulic classifier method ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ gravitational separation method ಆದರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ we have to write principle. Next process, that is important. That's why general principle and the process of isolation of elements. First principle, what is that? The difference gravity of ore and gauge. Gauge, unwanted materials. The difference gravity of ore and gauge by water is called as gravity separation method. This is the principle. What is the process? This question carries 3 marks. Sometimes they will ask only principle. Sometimes they will ask only process. Sometimes they are asked both principle and process. Now let us discuss about the hydraulic classifier method. So the upstreaming of water, upstreaming running water, upward streaming running water. I am writing water, running water. So upward streaming running water. So ore are present here. Ore. So upward, joke falls force biduthe. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ down ಅಲ್ಲಿ concentration ore ಇರೋದು. So whenever running water or upward streaming running water, immediately the lighter particles, gauge particles carry along with water. Water ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ weightless ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ particles. So remaining or heavier particles, ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ particle settle to the bottom. This is the process. How to write? That is the point. When upward streaming running water on the ore, the unwanted powdery materials carried along with water, the heavier particles left behind ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಉಳಿತೈತಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೇಟ್ಲೆಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೈಟ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪೌಡರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ನೀರಿನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಓರ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆವಿಯರ್ ಓರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ ಸಪರೇಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ gravity separation method, my dear student. So I will show how it is. It is not a concept you have to remember. Just imagine this is a large reservoir tank. This is a large tank. This is a running water. Running water is the force of water, streaming water. This is called as hopper. Hopper ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಗಿರಣಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಗಿರಣಿ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಗೋಧಿ ಜೋಳ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಪರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ conical One step is that reservoir tank. Okay, processing. Imagine the large reservoir tank, the having hopper at the top of the tank, pipe introduce bottom of the tank, when finally crushed ore or powder ore and dropped into the hopper. When current of water pass through this pipe, immediately ores are fallen on the water. The lighter particle carried along with the side tube of the reservoir tank. Remaining heavier particle settled to the bottom of the tank. This is called as hydraulic washing method. ಏನಿದು ಒಂದು ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಹಾಪರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಪರ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಟಾಪ್. ಪೈಪ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಪೌಡರ್ ಓರ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕಾರಂಜಿ ತರ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಕಾರಂಜಿನೂ ಮೈಸೂರು ಕಾರಂಜಿ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಜಿಗಿತದೆ ನೀರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಫೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಲೈಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಒಜ್ಜಿರ್ತವಲ್ಲ ವೇಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಓರ್, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಓರ್ settled to the bottom of the tank. This is called as hydraulic classifier method to separate the gauge. Unwanted material kuda hotu. ಹೌದಾ, unwanted material ಹೋಯ್ತು ನಮಗೆ. ಏನು, ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, some gauge lighter particles ಆಯಿತು. To remove by this method, this is called as hydraulic classifier method ಅಂದ್ರು ಅಂತೆ, gravity separation method ಅಂದ್ರು ಬಂತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟು ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಿ ಪೈಪ್, ದೆನ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡ್ರೈ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ore having iron particles and some zinc content, some silver content, so many elements. You know about 118 elements present in the modern periodic table. Only 96 elements available in the state, either fused state or free state or combined state. The remaining 26 elements are synthetic elements, man-made elements. So this is hydraulic washing method. Okay, so to remove the concentrated ore and drying ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, heat ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So when moisture content, ನೀರಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, concentrated moisture content of this ore, when drying up, the water moisture content, it is a liberated ore, then that is dry. Next, these dry ores which contain some iron and other particles, other constituents of particle or other composition of the elements. The second method is, that is the very important second point, my dear student, magnetic separation method. Second one is, first one is here. In this concept only, we are not concentrated or extracted to metals. That is second step. But here, hydraulic washing method. Next, magnetic or electromagnetic separation method. Second step is electromagnetic separation method. Electromagnetic separation method. This is a very easy concept. So I will just draw the diagram. Listen. This is a roller, not a wheel. Wheel ಅಂದ್ರೆ to move one place to the another place. ಹೌದಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರೋಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So two rollers. They having one belt. This is leather belt. This is leather belt. Leather belt. Or conveyor belt ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Leather belt or conveyor belt. One roller, it is composed with magnet. One roller ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ two roller having a leather belt. One roller composed with magnet. Okay. The top of the roller one hopper. No hopper. So this conveyor belt always moving around the roller. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತಿರ್ತಾನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್. Keep on revolving around the two rollers. Imagine ಗಿರಣಿ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಗಿರಣಿ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಗೋಧಿ ಜೋಳ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎರಡು ರೋಲರ್ ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್, isn't it? ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? Yes, like that the leather belt is a revolving. ಒಂದು concentrated finely crush with help of big tools are there in large industries. So when finally powder ore dropped into the hopper ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. When powder ore dropped on the leather belt, the ore is moving along with the belt. ore ಏನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್, ಓರ್ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದು ಐರನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಂಗ್, CLING ಕ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ಐರನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್. ನಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ unwanted non-magnetic particles cannot attract, it falls down. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಐರನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ one roller composed with magnet. The unwanted material not attracted fall down to form one heap. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ HEAP heap ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗುಡ್ಡ. ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಕೋತಾರೆ, ಗುಂಪಾಗಲ್ಲ ಗುಡ್ಡೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೀಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. As long as revolving the leather belt, when attraction, magnetic attraction is very less, then for long way it's fall down, that is iron. Fall down another heap, that is called as magnet or iron ore or magnetic. Idu non-magnetic. Very easy to separate magnet and non-magnetic process. Simple concept. Hinge baribeku. Principle idu. Describe or explain electromagnetic separation. You ask question. You write the first principle. In this process, to separate magnet and non-magnetic particles. This is a principle. Process. How to write the process? Write process. In this process, having two roller having one leather belt. Keep moving always along with the two roller. At the top of the roller, one hopper. One roller composed with magnet. When finally powder ore dropped into the hopper, the powder would move along with the belt. When magnetic property iron particles, it is clinged to the leather belt. The unwanted materials, non-magnetic particles cannot attract. It falls down to form heap. For as long as where attraction power is less, immediately the magnetic particle or iron particle fall down another heap for a long distance. Therefore, it is very easy to separate magnetic and non-magnetic separation. This process is called as electromagnetic separation method. ಇದನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು separation ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. This is the electromagnetic separation. So what is that? There are main. It is a two process. We are taught now. One is hydraulic classifier method. Another one is electromagnetic separation. The overall picture here. Metallurgy andre ಏನು? Next to minerals andre ಏನು? Next to ores andre ಏನು? So ores composition ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿರ. Next concentrated ore ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Or dressing ore ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿರ. Next ಏನು? Principle and process. Explain hydraulic classifier method or gravity separation method ಕೇಳ್ತೀರ. Next electromagnetic separation method. This is the very important concept. So I have to see. You read neatly NCERT book. Okay, one time. So just you have to see. Then when I will finish this chapter, I will give the beautiful notes for you, my dear students. Any doubt? I think so, no doubt. Let us continue the next class, my dear students. Bye.